Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is yours truly, the Immortal Soul. Today this video is going to be about why it's hard being on earth after having a spiritual awakening. So I'm just going to go over some observations that you make that's going on the planet, and you realize that we could be doing things a whole lot better. Alright, so before I get started, I want you to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment when it's done, or leave a comment right now. We want to get to at least 100 subscribers. Alright, so shout out to everybody that's watching this. Shout out to everybody that this video relates to. If you know somebody that it's related to, share with a friend. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so the first observation is we are paying to live on a planet that we were born on. All right, so we're gonna talk about like how money plays this such a significance in our being. All right, and the lack of money means that you could be suffering. All right, so there's people all around the planet that's starving to death because they don't have any money, or their country has been bankrupt. People put money over everything, right? Which is so ironic because money cannot buy life, or money can't buy time, but people spend their whole lives like slaving away for money and they can't get back the time for it. All right, so that's the first thing that you observe. You're like, you know what, we could be doing this a different kind of way. All right, and I'm not opposed to working. Me personally, I've been working since I was 14. All right, but you realize that with the way the planet is, all the resources that's on the planet, we could figure out a different way to do this. All right, so the second thing is, I guess 1 and 2 could go together. I got my handy notebook, of course. Materialism. There's people out there that would do anything to acquire the new Gucci bag, the new Louis bag, and or the latest car. So it's like, if you're not driving a certain type of car, people would literally look down on you. All right, so it's this love of materialism. Like, people will kill for material, just like how they kill for money. And it's like, knowing that beyond this realm we could manifest anything instantly. This is a whole lot deeper. This is a video for another. This is a topic for another video, but materialism, just this love of material, and people do anything for it. So, and material keeps you in your lower chakra, in your root chakra. The same thing with money. If you're just constantly in survival mode, you're always going to be in your lower chakra. All right, and you're not going to be able to elevate and ascend, because you're not going to have any time for spirituality. So that's another observation that makes it difficult, because like, if you're into spirituality and you want to talk about it to people around you, most people, they can't comprehend what you're trying to say, because they're in a whole different frequency. They're focused on getting money. A lot of people are living from paycheck to paycheck. They're focused on getting money to acquire material, to impress who? When you get to a certain level, this stuff just seems so primitive, and I'm not knocking anybody for wanting nice things or anything. We're just saying that the love for material, it overpowers everything else, and people are just so caught up in material and focused on acquiring material things that they don't have time for spirituality. All right, the next thing you observe that makes it hard to be here is that the system that we're working in and we're putting towards really is not benefiting us. All right, you got to think about it. This goes back to the first point of like paying to live on a planet you were born on. There's people out there right now, if they find out they have cancer and they don't have the monetary means to pay for it, they're gonna die. And it's like, it's so much money that we're putting in, that we're being taxed on everything. All right, we're being taxed on the money that we make. We're being taxed on the money that we spend. We're being taxed on a house that we live in. It's just all this tax, and we still haven't figured out how to have free healthcare. All right, I guess this video will be specifically about like in the western side of the world, but I'm pretty sure a lot of problems that I'm discussing are widespread. All right, so yeah, we're contributing to a system that's not beneficial for us. People are still homeless if they can't pay their rent. People are still starving if they're not able to get food stamps or whatever because they're making too much money, and people are just living from paycheck to paycheck. All right, so that makes it frustrating being here. All right, the next thing. All right, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is just how religion has the world divided. All right, and religion, people are just so busy speaking about like what their religion is, what my religion is, what your religion is, and it prevents us from actually coming together as a collective and being able to solve the aforementioned problems that I spoke about. All right, so there's this religion is like there's just this big thing about religion which leads to division. All right, so that makes us frustrating because if we all were focused on spirituality, which is like knowledge itself, collectively we could do so much more. All right, the next thing is, oh man, this is a big one, but racism. Like in the year, this video has been done in 2025. All right, so in the year 2025 we're still dealing with racism, and when you get to a certain level spiritually, it's just so stupid when you think about it. It's like there's people that don't like a person simply because of their perception of that person's skin color. All right, and it's like, come on, really? It's like, I don't know, man. I know I sound so sarcastic, but as I said, when you get to a certain level spiritually, you realize, because if you're not gonna like somebody because of their skin color or how they look, I'm gonna tell you right now, when you get further on into spirituality and you're able to astral project and meet other beings, there's beings out there that look totally different from anything that you've ever seen. All right, and it's like if you don't like a person simply because of the color of their skin, it's like, come on, really? We all have souls. We all bleed blood. It's like the fact that we're still on racism, or the fact that we're still caught up in racism, and we still as a we still as the people that's spiritually awakened gotta deal with this type of stuff. It just makes it frustrating. All right, because it's like we're all one, so yeah, that's one of those things. All right, so the next thing is we're still destroying the environment just for profit. So that paper money, that thing that is just something that we all agree upon, we're destroying the environment just to put up buildings just to accumulate paper money. It's like we're cutting down all these trees. So many animals have been extinct because of like we're hunting animals just so people could put their heads on their walls as like a trophy. It's like just the lack of respect for the environment makes it frustrating being here. All right, because on a certain level you realize that the earth, Mother Gaia, is a god. All right, without the earth none of us will be here. The same thing with the sun. It's a celestial being. So without the sun being here, we would not be here. All right. So this lack of respect for the earth, it makes it frustrating. All right. Got a few more. All right. So the next thing is like we still have world wars, or there's still wars going on, and it's like nobody's asking themselves like, why are we fighting these wars? Like, who are these wars benefiting? Like, there's not a lack of resources. The earth is not running out of resources. We're not overpopulated. The earth is not going to run out of water. None of that, all right? But we're still fighting wars over, like, who knows, all right? Nobody really knows. It's just, every day we get up, there's this threat that, all right, we're going to be at war with this country, or we're going to be at war with that country. And it's like, come on, we're still fighting wars. It's like, as I said, when you get on a certain level spiritually, you're looking at this thing very primitive. It's like, to you it doesn't make sense, because you have a better understanding of the truth. You're seeing the world through a different lens. So to you it's like totally confusing. And that's another thing that gets frustrating with being here. All right, the next thing is, I guess this could have been grouped up with some of the ones I said before, but like people are still suffering. You know, this just goes back into the whole war thing. People are still homeless. People are still starving for food, which is like an unlimited resource on the earth. All right, but for some reason, we're all agreeing to be in a system that people are starving to death. People are homeless, not able to have homes or anything like that, and nothing is being done about it. We're okay with a small percentage of people having more than the 99% below. And when I say below, it's just figurative, like it's not literally below, you know what I mean. But yeah, it's like it's frustrating, you know. All right, so this next one is a big one. Is we enjoy violence, meaning like when you watch entertainment, right? It's mostly about like extreme violence. A lot of the music is just about violence, and people are confused when people get killed, like innocent people get killed. It's because we find entertainment in violence. You know, we find entertainment in our own destruction. So that's another thing that once you get on a certain level spiritually, you look at it and you're like, you know what? But yeah, and also at the same time, I understand it's duality, all right? But finding entertainment in violence, it's like it only leads to more violence, all right? Because you become desensitized to it, all right? I'm not going to speak about it because I don't want the video to be flagged, but you know exactly what I mean. You know those movies, and you know what it's doing to it's desensitizing you to a certain thing, and you find entertainment in it. And I don't know, when you get to a certain point spiritually, it's hard to even watch that stuff, you know, because you're seeing it now through a different lens, and you're seeing it literally. All right. And oh yeah, also with the promoting violence is I could go into social media and how social media is just promotes nonsense. It doesn't promote anything that's going to help you to grow spiritually for the most part. I mean, right now, one argument that's going viral right now is if 100 men could beat one gorilla. And it's like, really? I mean, there's so much things that we could be talking about, like instead of like an argument about 100 men versus one gorilla. It's like the things that go viral is just, and you'll notice a theme, right? As I said before, a lot of this stuff, it keeps you away from who you really are. It keeps you away from like researching about yourself, researching about spirituality. But I guess in a broader scale, it is your choice. So I mean, and that's gonna be a video for that's gonna be a topic for a different video as well. All right. Yeah. So those are some of the things that I notice that makes it frustrating being here. All right. So like, comment, subscribe to the video. All right. Share it with a friend, and I'll catch up with y'all in the next video. All right. Thanks for watching Immortal Soul.